How are the Pirates? How are the Reds? How are the Rays? How are the Marlins? Any team you want. How are you supposed to compete when a team has got 4 or 5 times your payroll?
The MLB offseason is finally coming to an end, with the last big name free agent signing just a couple weeks before spring training. But with how this offseason has gone, I've got to ask, what is going on in the MLB? Here in this video, I'll talk about the bad things that are happening in baseball and what the MLB should do to fix it. The free agent market has been oversaturated like crazy, and that's because of teams like the Dodgers and the Mets. Paying one person $60 to $70 million a year is ridiculous, especially considering that 4 teams pay that for their whole roster. The lack of a salary cap or a salary floor creates a disadvantage for many teams, leading to our main problem. The MLB payroll is confusing, but let me summarize it. Instead of having a salary cap, the MLB has a competitive balance tax, where there is a threshold to how much a team can spend, but if they spend more than that set amount, then they will have to pay taxes on how much they spend. The tax increases as the seasons go by, when the team is spending more than the threshold. And usually when something comes into effect like this, it takes time for teams and players to get used to it. Small market teams hated this because they felt handcuffed with their small budgets, and big market teams hated it because they didn't like the huge pay cuts that they would have to make. But saying this, people start to come around at some point with something this big. In this scenario, that never happened. Teams still hate this after almost 30 years, and the MLB for some reason has not picked up on this. The small market teams are still at a disadvantage because of their small budget, and big market teams are saying, screw this, I'll pay the tax and win a World Series every single year. You're probably wondering why the small market teams aren't making much of a fuss out of this, and that's because they get money from these taxes. So the big market teams pay the tax, some of it goes to smaller teams, and everybody's happy with it except for those that like to watch competitive baseball.
It's clear that we have fans in some markets that are concerned about the ability of the team in their market to compete with the financial resources of the Dodgers.
This is getting out of hand, and even the commissioner Rob Manfred has acknowledged this. But what does he think about the ridiculous spending?
I think that the Dodgers have gone out and done everything possible, always within the rules that currently exist, to put the best possible team on the field, and I think that's a great thing for the game.
It's good for the game when their most popular team is spending a bunch of money, while teams like the Athletics or the Marlins have to just sit back and watch. If you really want to listen to fans, forget about this competitive balance tax and just go to a normal salary cap. Stop with this deferred money, stop with this MLB teams can pay whatever they want. Just go to a normal salary cap and let's get back to competitive baseball. Listen, I'm a Dodger fan, and seeing all these big name signings that we made me happy. But after the 15th signing that they made, I got tired of it. I'm gonna be watching Dodger games and it'll be 10-0 by the 3rd inning, and it'll just get boring after that. Let's get this thing situated, Rob. Or you can forget about waiting until 2029 and just retire now. What's also going wrong with the MLB is the amount of games that they play. They play 162 regular season games, plus playoffs if your team makes it, which comes out to more than half a calendar year. I understand we shouldn't ruin the history of the game, but it's time for something like this to happen. You know what is great about the UFC and NFL that keeps their revenue high and their fans interested? They rarely play, making it so it's important to watch every time they're in the cage or on the field. The NFL only has 17 games plus playoffs, and the UFC has a pay-per-view once every month. Every single one of those games or matches matters to the organization, and that's something that we need to bring in baseball. We don't need 162 games, we don't need to see division teams play each other 13 times a season, and we don't need to see every single baseball team play damn near every single day for the next 8 months. If we can cut the games to at least 100, then we'll see teams play with more urgency since the games will matter more. I understand that baseball isn't a physically taxing sport like the NFL or the UFC, but the rarity of seeing your favorite player or favorite team play makes it so more eyes will be on the sport. There's more issues going on in the MLB, but this is just the main one. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later.